I'm Tim, welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. Today we're discussing the Rolex Oyster Perpetual Datejust. Reference 116234. You can see this white gold and stainless steel 36mm Rolex Datejust on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full sales listing for this sunburst blue dialed timepiece. Accessories included in the sale. And of course, high-resolution images for your desktop with complete pricing details for this Rolex. Now on my wrist, 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference, you can see that this is one of the most modern takes on the classic 36mm Rolex Datejust, but it succeeds because it retains everything that is classically great about the model line while adding modern standards, and by that I mean post-2010. Bleeding-edge luxury watch fit, finish, and features. Now, the great thing about the Datejust is since its debut in 1945, there have been enough variants of it that can be essentially anything you want it to be. And this unique combination of the Jubilee bracelet, the sunburst blue dial, the railroad-style minutes track and seconds track outboard of polished and stylized white gold Roman numerals combines for a spectacular impression that's nevertheless versatile. Now 36mm across the broad of the case is the measurement, but the Oyster case is more of a cushion than a round case, so it wears larger on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist. In terms of thickness, it is quite slim, only 11.5mm, not counting the Cyclops eye. It features a nicely sloped case flank and conical fluted bezels, so it easily slides underneath a tight sleeve or dress cuff. From lug to lug, it has the classic 43.5mm measurement of the 36mm Datejust, but because the Jubilee bracelet features solid end links that crop out just a bit on each side, the extremity to extremity measurement across the wrist is 45mm even. Now it has good solid heft to it because this, the super and latest version of the Jubilee, is incredibly solid. There were Oyster bracelets, the full-blown sports watch bracelet from just a decade ago, that were not as solid as this 5-link Jubilee. Now, it retains the souplesse for which the Jubilee is known, but again, it's just more solid. It's better put together. It doesn't have the same Rolex rattle that you associate with past pieces, and the finish is impeccable. Polished on the shoulders, the outer links have a brushed or satin finish, and the intermediate links at the center are all of high polish for tremendous differentiation by virtue of finishing type alone. Now it features a milled-out clasp, very solid, with a pivoting Rolex crown, the coronet being the only visible point of partition, and unlike previous examples which were simply a lever with which to pry the mechanism open, this one is actually a pivoted switch that neatly locks and unlocks with great precision. You can feel it and you can hear it, a huge step up from the past. Now, the watch itself features a combination of white gold 18 karat on the bezel and Rolex's signature 904L steel. Now, 904L, you ask, why do I want this? I'm not going to be sticking my hands into industrial acid baths. Well, the reality is, outside of those extreme conditions, there are the scratches, scuffs, and insults of outrageous fortune that we encounter daily, and 904L does a better job of holding a polish and a satin-grained finish for long-wearing durability. Now, the white gold bezel is all Rolex, both in style, harking back to the very first of the Rolex Oyster cases in which it was essentially used to screw the case together. Today, a decorative element. It's the hallmark of Rolex gold bezels, white, rose, and yellow. Here, white. Rolex white is significant because, like the steel, Rolex makes its own metal, and its blend of white gold is unplated. It's homogeneous, so if you scratch it, you don't see that sickly, milky yellow of conventional white gold. This is unplated and homogeneous, so if you do scratch or scuff it, there's simply more glistening white gold underneath. Again, durability is the byword. Now, the dial is spectacular. Although a 36mm case, this watch has outsized personality thanks to the beautiful graining of the sunburst. Like all elements of the watch executed entirely in-house by Rolex, it has a grand texture and a dynamism such that it does shift and transform in the soft light of my light box, but in direct sunlight it explodes. Now, this particular variant of the Datejust, on the spectrum between formal and sports, leans more towards formal in spite of the combination of the white metal and the dark dial, because with the Jubilee bracelet and a unloomed dial, dial. It doesn't have that classic combination of big bracelet and loomed dial that you'd expect from the Rolex sporting models. Rather, this one goes dark when the lights go out. But you know what? That's why you have your phone. This one is designed to look exquisite when the lights are up. Now, it has that gorgeous grain, but it also has white gold Roman numerals, white gold Rolex 5-point coronet, impeccable dial printing, and white gold hands at center. When the lights are on, it makes for reading at a glance, and it has immense charm. Underneath the straight-grained solid caseback is the classic Rolex Calibre 3135, manufactured in-house. It has approximately a 48-hour power reserve, winds bidirectionally, so it doesn't have that rotor wobble, and it's barely audible even when it is winding. It has a quick set date that you can rapidly cycle and a hacking seconds function for stopping the seconds at 12 and synchronizing to a reference time. It also features COSC certification, but of course Rolex uniquely gets the COSC chronometer certificate, takes the movement back from the testing agency, puts it in the watch, and recertifies to assure that it's actually keeping chronometer standard time as a fully cased up watch. Not everyone does that. With a screw-down crown, this may be one of the more formal takes on the Datejust, but it does have 100-meter water resistance, so as long as the sun shines, you're good to have fun in the sun, within the surf or on the turf. Finally, the watch does feature a full dual-anchored balance bridge with a free-sprung balance architecture for robust resistance to shock and vibration-induced timing deviation, and a Breguet overcoil hairspring in Parachrom blue alloy made in-house by Rolex for both resistance to gravity and position-induced timing deviation, as well as magnetism-induced timing deviation. You can see and you can purchase this Rolex Datejust 116234 in white gold and stainless steel on our website.